What's up, Dragon Brood? Oh man, I need to take a lozenge or something. What's up, Dragon Brood? Let's try that a second time. So today we're going to be taking a look at Selesnya Humans, and mostly because there were a lot of interesting cards for humans that came out in this most recent Alchemy Innistrad set, and we're kind of curious how they're all going to fit together with things that already exist, because this deck was already playable, and in some cases, some would even call it good in some builds. And did these really do anything to elevate this build at all? So we're going to explore that, and we're going to be taking a look at several new cards from Innistrad, or Alchemy Innistrad. I'll get that right sooner or later. Anyway, let's go take a look at the deck. As always, I want to say, if you were doing any last-minute shopping with Amazon, TCGPlayer, or Ultra Pro, please be sure to use my affiliate links down in the description below. You don't have to do anything different other than click the link before you do your shopping. Works just like normal, but I get a small kickback here on the channel whenever you're done shopping. So please, go do that. You'll be helping me out and doing me a big favor. Now, taking a look at this deck list, the biggest thing is trying to balance what do we need to keep just from a power perspective, and then kind of what can we squeeze in from the new cards just because, you know, the synergistic elements of some of them, and in some cases, their individual power being added to the deck. So starting at the top, whoop, there we go. We're going to play some Hopeful Initiate. This is a 1-mana 1/2. We are able to attack with several creatures that are larger, so it shouldn't be too hard to put counters on this, and this also acts as some of our artifact and enchantment removal, so we don't mind that too much. It's okay, it's not like great, but we don't have a lot of things we really want to play in this slot other than this, really. There's some things that maybe are like 2/1s for 1s that you could play here, which are fine, but I think this has much bigger upside to grow over multiple attack steps. Now, Luminarch Aspirant did get nerfed, though it doesn't give you the counter until you're in step, but that's totally fine, still worth playing here. Then one of the new cards is Captain Eberhardt. I'm still on the fence on how good this is. Like, I love the fact that it's double strike, obviously. And with Luminarch Aspirant, you can just put counters on it and keep getting more damage. So that much is great. But I'm really not sure if, you know, the spells cast from one card you drew this turn costs 1 less. So whatever you draw costs 1 less, which is great when you have something like, say, Intrepid Adversary, and you have an odd number of mana or whatever. This is actually pretty good. And then spells your opponents draw that turn cost them 1 more. Which, generally speaking, later in the game, if they're top decking and they don't already have, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 mana out, this is actually pretty useful. However, when they do, how great is it? I think that's what I'm going to be exploring here. Then, of course, we just mentioned Intrepid Adversary. We're only playing 3 because we needed room for other stuff. I squeezed in 1 Sigardian Evangel. Obviously, we'd like to have more of these, but if you just get 1 late game, it's a good stalemate breaker, so we'll see. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, because it's Thalia. She's 2/1. She first strikes and makes your opponent's spells cost more. Actually, all spells cost more. I need to be specific about that. Then Cadilda Dawnheart Prime. Cadilda's a very tough one for me because, especially if you get it early, it pretty much just draws the hate of 1,000 suns. But if it sticks, it is so good. So we're going to play her and see how things work out. We're playing 2 Adeline Resplendent Cathar because, again, we're still an aggro deck, and this is one of the best aggro creatures white can play. Then Brutal Cathar because it's a human and it does remove things. We have Elite Spellbinder because, well, this is just good. We've kind of proven this over time now, but this is the type of card that can just slow your opponent's removal down just enough to let you punch through. So we're going to go ahead and ride with these. Then we're trying 2 Expedition Supplier. And basically the way this card works, whenever you play a human, you get a utility knife, right? And utility knife can come into play and be attached to something. So effectively, you're getting to play a bunch of creatures that come into play with an extra +1/+1. Now, you can put the utility knife onto the battlefield onto something else. Like, that is doable. But generally, you're going to be putting it on the new creature. However, stacking those on something like a Captain Eberhardt that has double strike isn't the worst thing ever. Then we're playing a couple of Hamlet Vanguards, mostly because this card's just hard to remove. It's Ward 2, and it gets really big. And this is one of the best cards you can hit sometimes in the mono green fights. You can get creatures as big as they get. So we're going to see how important this is. And then this is probably the most played new card for white creature decks. And this is Inquisitor Captain. It's a 4 mana 3/3 vigilance. Lets you search for two. Well, it doesn't search. Randomly gives you 2 cards from your deck that are cost 3 or less, and then you get to put one of them into play, and you discard the other one. Now, I will say, you're probably looking at this saying, why are we not playing 4 of these? Right? First off, I'm kind of experimenting with a lot of cards. We'll talk about this at the end of the video if we do want more of these or not. But there's also the possibility that it does cost 4, and we don't always want that, and we'll just have to play it by ear. It'll be interesting to see what we decide we do or don't want after we play these games. Finishing out the deck, we do have 2 Sigarda, Champion of the Light, because it pumps all of our humans and gets extra cards into our hand. And then for lands, we're playing 4 Familiar's Call, 4 Cave of the Frost Dragon, 3 Plains, 4 Forest, 4 Branch Off Pathway, and 4 Overgrown Farmland. So yeah, that's it. And like I said, we're definitely going to have some stuff to say at the end of the video about what we liked or wanted to change. And we'll have a card spotlight for you, as usual. We get to go first. This seems reasonable. Yeah, let's keep this. Eye Twitch. We kind of never like Eye Twitch. Even when I'm playing Eye Twitch, I don't really like it, but it's just a good card. Alright, 2 Eye Twitches. Yay, us. That's super annoying. Let's go ahead and get this out. And just force the opponent to find some removal on their turn. Alright. Nope. Yes. So they want to keep 1 Eye Twitch. I guess they need to sacrifice 1 for something. Though, I mean, I guess to be fair, I mean, you save it, you can at least block a 1/1 you can kill next turn, whereas blocking Thalia doesn't get you anything. Other than, you know, the card you get to search for. That's kind of nifty. But with what we're playing against, I think I kind of want to do this first. Alright, they have a Deadly Dispute. Fair enough. We might get to see even more awesome cards that we get to take. Sorin, Loth, Gitrog Monster. Loth is still another turn away because it's going to cost 1 more. I guess we take Sorin? Yeah, because like we could just kill the opponent in 2 turns. It's one of those things where if you're trying to make like an hour-long video, you can't have 2 games that are 25 minutes or whatever, you know? Like, it's just, it's bad for business. I'm going to go ahead and take damage from this. Alright. Witherbloom Apprentice. Okay. Well. Alright, I guess I'm going to go with this. Had to make a decision. This at least can first strike through a Witherbloom Apprentice, and any spells they play are going to cost them more here, so there's that. Wasn't necessarily the absolute best choice, but it was a choice. Let's see if we get something good out of their hand first here. Village Rites. Brushstroke. Plumb the Forbidden. Well, you don't really have much with Plum, so let's take this. And we'll attack. You know, though, I do wish that when you're looking at their hand normally, it wouldn't account for... I mean, I don't know if I care if I like it more or less that it accounts for the Thalia mana. Because it mentally makes it a little weird when going through, but I kind of get why they want to have that shortcut in there. Okay. I think we just go for it here. I mean, we know most of the cards in their hand, so unless they just draw into something. But even then, they probably wouldn't be able to cast it. Alright. It's a pile of damage. Do what you will, opponent. Yep, seems fine. I'll lose my life. Alright. How grindy is this thing about to get? That's the real question. Not grindy enough, opponent. Not grindy enough. Hi, Twitch. What do I want to take away from them? I guess is the question here. I could remove this. We get to attack with all this. This gets pumped. They end up blocking. I have no clue what to even go search for here. Yeah, all right. And unfortunately, I need one more mana to activate this. All right. Do we cast anything else here? I don't think so. Opponents at 2. I mean, if you get us, you get us from here. Yeah. I was like, go for it. I get to go first. We will keep this. What is my favorite card in Alchemy so far? I don't know if I've played with them enough to have a true favorite, to be honest. There's a lot there's still several I've built with that I haven't had a chance to play with yet. So if you ask me in about another week, I'll probably have a better feel and opinion for you. I feel like right now I'm just not versed enough in all the cards to have a real good opinion. Alright. Let's see what we can do with this. Now the fun thing is we get to try this Expedition Supplier, so we'll see if this is any good. Ah, dang, I kind of want that card too, though. But I'm going to do this, because we're playing new cards. We want to see if how new cards work. Let's put it on this to make it harder to kill, and then hopefully next turn we can pump the initiate when we attack. They may just kill the supplier too, though. Oh, well, they're going to do that. Well, fair enough. F you, opponent. I won't care about that, no way. Put this in tapped. We'll go ahead and play this. Okay. Good news is they're light on mana. So, we will be seeing a whelp next turn, which is going to make this cheaper, but they would still have to find land for it. But we could be staring at that in 2 turns, which is not great. So I guess we take... this is a tough one. Because we can take the Fearsome Whelp, and then they would be a long way from casting this. And then if they cast the Tyrant, we don't greatly care, because then we could just put the equipment on and just attack into it. So I think that's the plan. It's weird that you want to take the Whelp, because it looks like the weakest thing in their hand, but it's the correct thing to take. Yeah. Makes sense. No, we'll take damage for it. Okay, this is pretty convenient. And then this gives us a big 5/5. So no attacks. And now we're set up for next turn if we want to. And we can also now let this die if we want. Though it does mean we are going to be staring at a very big Inferno with the Star Mounts next turn. Which could be very, very scary. Especially if we take 4 here. It's going to come down to how the opponent chooses to block on their turn, or if they choose to block, or even what we top deck here. There's a lot of variables that could change this situation. Because if we were to find, like, say, a adversary, that could put them in a rough situation too. All right, they didn't attack here, so they're not gonna have lethal next turn. I guess we let it go now that we have Catilda. I think. Well, we found more mana anyway. So now we attack, and then we just use Catilda and our lands to pump, I think. Should be our plan here. Wait, can I not? What? What the what? Oh, I needed an additional land. Crap. I thought it was just 6. Oh, it's 6 and tap. Oh, I just threw the game away, y'all. Because on that turn, I should just either just attack with the Hamlet Vanguard or utilize a utility knife. Yeah. Ah, well, the game's over. I'm not going to recover from that one. Yeah, that's just a mistake. Yeah, we're keeping this one. I think we're going to probably... Well, I don't know. We could play Thalia on 2. And maybe get away with a little something. So we'll see. Tormented Penguin says, I found your YouTube today. Been enjoying. How do... Hey, well, thank you for watching. I much appreciate it. Oh, Joker, yeah. I just, you know, again, just didn't read the cards, you know. I don't think this is going to end well for us, because if they have an exile creature thing here, this is going to start getting real problematic real fast. Yep, there's number 1. Go down to 15. I mean, the good news is we do have reasonable plays of our own here, so it's not like end of the world bad, but it is bad nonetheless. Yep, I was assuming there was going to be that. Now that we got through 2 of them, it's what is the rest of the hand? That's what I'm concerned about now. Because we do have our own Cathar and some other action going on here, if necessary. Alright. I mean, did you draw a 3rd one? Because if so, oh well. I mean, like, nothing we can do. They got an Evangel. Gosh, dang it. Wow. Alright, they drew hot. Nothing we could do there. Yep. Makes sense. I don't really know what we're up against, so I'm just going to play this tap to start with. And we'll see. Okay, I'll run this out. We're probably going to be using a Cathar here. Yep, on that. That makes sense. And we'll get a little bit of life gain in. So that'll help down the road. And then I think the play here is to just play the captain and then try to play a really, really big Hamlet Vanguard the next turn. See, this is what I was afraid of. When you get stuff like this, and you're like, I wish I would have drawn that later. Yeah, we go ahead and put Thalia in, I guess. Because at least we get First Strike, and it slows down their fight spells. I think... Well, the problem is we have another Thalia in hand, though. Thing is that we're gonna... we could still play Thalia in this the following turn, though. Alright, fine. We're gonna put the Intrepid Adversary out. And yes, I know that's a couple counters less on my Hamlet Vanguard, but I'm just testing the water to see if they were even going to block and see what other creatures they might have. Alright, there's a troll. Let's get this out there. Let's get this out there. No attacks. Let's have a big 9/9, and we'll just see what we can do with that. Probably gets double or triple blocked or something here, but 'tis what it is. Yep, it's going to get double blocked by some trolls. Unless, I was going to say, unless I draw something that pumps somebody. That's kind of unfortunate, huh? Can't really get a profitable attack there. That sucks. And it's not worth it because of the fact that they just get 2 trolls back. They sacrifice their lands, but they end up getting 2 4/4s, and we'd just be behind, and that's no good. That is going to become a problem, though. that helps it be a lot less of a problem. Okay, then. One more land and we can do this. Or we could just get Thalia killed. Either or. Man, is there a way? You know, we could die next turn. Or be very close to it. If they have the thing that, like, doubles their power, whatever, the enchantment. That could be really, really tough. So, golly. Because if they have that, that'll be, we'll assume, 2 10-10s and an 8-8 attacking with trample. And there wouldn't be much we could do about it. If we just run Thalia in, I could make 2 4/4s that fly. Everybody else would have indestructible, so that would be a thing. Oh my gosh. What do we do here? I hate it, but I'm going to do it. If I was the opponent, I wouldn't even block it. I really wouldn't. Because it's just too suspicious as to why I'm even attacking with this. I don't blame them for thinking about it, but I probably wouldn't block it if I were them. I would just be like, F it, I'm at 18, you know, whatever, I'll take 2. I'm attacking with it because if it dies, then I can just cast my Amaria's Call. Instead of waiting. And as far as the Cowboys, we are okay and not playing great. We haven't played great outside of like our first 4 games. So, yeah, still have some work to do. The opponent's taking a long think here. I see him doing like, wait, now they're thinking about like, why is he attacking here? Like, but this is a good play from the opponent, right? Try to figure out why it is your opponent's attacking or not before you just lean into it sometimes. So now we go ahead and play the Amaria's Call. All right. Let's see what happens. Well, they did find the land they would have needed. Oh, Blessing of Frost. Okay, not quite what I thought it was, but still pretty strong, and that's going to get them 3 cards as well. Yep. But are they attacking? That's the question. They didn't attack. Okay, well, what do we do now? I guess all we can do is attack with these. If they got their cards, they get them. I mean, there's not much else we can do. Let's see. They'd have at least 10, so we'll consider it 12 and another 12. Though if they get a land, they could flip the oddity that turns those into 6/6s. So then one would be a 7, and you'd have a 10. So it's 17, 23 damage. We could still block something with the 9/9. Oh my gosh, this is tough. Alright, I'm not going to cast the Hopeful Initiate. In the event we don't die and we find another creature, we could still flip this back over. So, I don't know if it's going to go to that, but we'll see. I'm just trying to play to as many outs as possible under this scenario. They fortunately did not find the land they were looking for, so that's good. Downside, opponent doesn't really want to attack here, but we get to get rid of this, I guess, is the scariest, most problematic thing. Okay, there's a Snakeskin Veil. Good, good. They still don't have anything that blocks flyers. That could help. I mean, they still get to give a bunch of stuff trample here, so like if they find a land. So we're still very close to dead. This is just putting some stuff in the way at this point. I guess this is scarier because the +1/+1 could matter. Alright. No matter what, I'm assuming they're going to all-out attack here. They're getting a bunch of bonuses because of the Orm Refus. Alright. Cool. Oh my goodness. I don't know how we survived that. Like, there's some stuff out there for sure. This one, we are mulliganing. This we will keep. And, oh my gosh. I feel like... Okay, I'm going to get rid of one of these, but I really think the Hamlet Vanguard is probably the card to keep. Because if we're playing against a control deck or something with Meathook Masker or whatever, the other cards we have are not going to be enough for us to stay alive, I don't think. So I'm going to do this, and I might hate myself later. And if we're playing against a creature deck, then just playing Hamlet Vanguard as like a 5/5 or a 7/7 still fine. So I think it's okay. Now, admittedly, we still have to find green mana. If I don't find that, then the whole plan blows up in my face. But I think that's still the correct thing to do. Alright, that doesn't tell us much. But there's blue mana, so we're going to do this. And then just hope that's enough. Okay, well, Luminarch Aspirants. We'll put the counter on Thalia since she's probably marked for death anyway. At least one would assume. Let's see. I guess now this is kind of what we were talking about, right? Oh, they don't even have an instant? What? Oh, man. Oh, man. This went way different than I thought it was going to. Crap, I guess. I don't even know where to put the counter right now. Opponent's just dead next turn, right? Because even, yeah, no Meathook doesn't do anything. Any sweeper here isn't good enough. Oh, that's not true. You can get rid of everything that costs 2 or less, right? Yeah, I should have put the counter on the Vanguard. Also, welcome those of you to the chat that may not be familiar with me. I am PowrDragn. I put up stuff on YouTube every single day. You should go check it out. I have a lot of really good videos right now. There's the link in the chat for you. Yeah, I guess we could get away with keeping this. Why not? Let's see what happens. Why are people playing Crossroads in monocolor decks? I don't know. Maybe just to have the opening scry effect or something? I haven't really seen that. So, I mean, it might be a thing. I've just not seen people doing it. That's the only thing I can think of, you know, if they just really want the scry effect. Because otherwise, you're not really giving anything up, as far as I can tell. It's just choose the color. So, I mean, I guess it's mostly fine. Alright, Shambling Gas. Why do I have the feeling we're just going to lose our whole damn board here? I also realized I probably should have attacked first, so I wouldn't lose my Spellbinder. But, doesn't matter. I was going to lose the Spellbinder anyway. Well, all of these are bad for us. I don't like a single one of them. Let's go with this. I don't think this hand is going to beat that. But we're just still going to try. Yep. Yep. Well, let's go ahead and go with this. This is mostly just to slow some of their cards down. Alright, Village Right's going to do its thing. Okay. I guess we take that. Right now, if they play a land, which they have, they will be able to meat hook for 2. And there's not a lot we can do about that. Super unfortunate. Was never able to get those up to 3 or 4 toughness, unfortunately. They are not opting to meat hook here, though. Okay. I mean, I guess they can still spot removal something here with the Infernal Grasp if they really want to. Would cost them their treasure, though, so I wouldn't hate that. Okay. Well, ooh, well, that changes things a little bit. What do we do now? We have access to 5 mana now. Okay. Think Sigarda it is. You can block 1. Take the 2. Okay. Yeah, Mono Black getting Blood Artist is really good. No doubt. Alright, so they wanted the Blood Artist out first. Don't know if this means they have some type of sweeper or not. So I'm trying to figure out what I need to be doing here. Because we can always attack with this. This is going to get through for 4. They're not going to want to block this. We could play this, pump it twice. So then this would be 6, 10. Yeah, that would be lethal. If we do it once, it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then opponent's at 1. What's the... I think, though, here's what we want to do. I'm just going to do it once. And then I'm just going to go ahead and play Thalia. And then I can take... we could have a backup Thalia, I suppose. Don't know how important that is. But opponent's going to scoop anyway here. Okay, this one's pretty strong. We're going to keep this. Just a matter of if we play Captain Eberhard or the Aspirant early there. I think we're still going to play Aspirant on 2, though, because then it allows us to possibly have a creature that's 2 power to be attacking alongside the Initiate. No idea if that's actually going to work, but we'll see. Very likely won't work if we're up against any type of green or wolf aggro here. It looks like we are. So let's at least set things up here. We will attack, since that's just a 1-1 for now. We'll be 2-2 very soon. Putting the counter on the Aspirant, this allows us to remove a threat they would have next turn. Both of those pups are going to grow, be super annoying. So now we actually can't attack the way we want to, which is super sad. If we remove a pup... I mean, basically, if we attack here, we're giving up a Luminarch Aspirant to a pup, but we're also killing a pup. So it's kind of how creative do we want to get here? I think I'm willing to risk it, and we'll see if the opponent blocks or not. They might just not block, thinking they can get their pups bigger than our aspirants. Okay. As we suspected. So let's go here. And then let's do this. And then I'm probably going to grow this and this. I could have made this like a bigger creature, maybe into a 4/4. Could have been relevant. But I think our plan here is either to Brutal Cathar, remove something, or we're going to play an Intrepid Adversary and try to get in for a ton of damage. That's going to be our working plan anyway. Opponent says they're coming in for 9. I'm going to go no blocks. And let's see if we draw the land we need. We drew a land, but not the land. So we're going to go ahead and play this. Get rid of this duder. We are going to attack with this, this, this. That's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Could make it 10, but I'm trying to think, how do we die here? What haste things do they have? They have the 5/5, or the 5 mana thing that could attack. That would be 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'd have to chump block one of these and give them that back. Alright, we're just going to block or attack like this. And then pump here. And I feel like we should pump the Brutal Cathar. But I'm not. Maybe I should just made this a 4/4 so I could just trade with the Pack Song pup. But I don't know what's left in their hand. We'll find out. Okay, Syndrill's a little annoying, but that's not too bad. If they attack, we've got this one sewn up here. Yeah, they're not in a position really to attack. Like I said, you can do that. We can trade. We attack. We pump. This will be a 5/5. This would be bigger. This would be bigger. Opponent's not going to have any quality things there. Yeah, I'm willing to block here, just so nothing crazy happens on the following turn. I think that's more than reasonable. And then we come in, because they do have to block everything. Yep. I mean, I guess we'll keep this. We definitely have to find green mana for this to matter, but sure. It's so weird. Is this all we're going to run into today? I say that. We just keep running into a lot of these. Alright. Well, I'm going to assume there's going to be some giant troll next turn. And we're going to have to hope that our Brutal Cathar can hold the fort. Oh no, there was no troll. Interesting. Yeah, you might as well just attack with them both, opponent. Put the counter on your Tenacious Pup. Yep, that's exactly what you do. No blocks. We didn't find the white mana. And now this gets weird because... well. We just gotta do it. Trying to think how much value I get out of attacking here, but I'm not blocking with it, so sure. Alright. Tovolar, sure. I guess we might be chump blocking here so we don't give up a card unnecessarily. Okay, we did find green mana. How important it is at this very point in time, I don't know. See if we can get some more creatures on the board first. Well, that's not a bad one to find if we're going to find one. And again, attacking because we're not really blocking. Now, hopefully everything lives and we can get a gigantic Hamlet Vanguard. That's going to be our real plan here. Hamlet Vanguard's going to have to hold the fort. Now we can look at your deck after this if you want. Alright, there's a pup. It's going to make the next thing really big, which is Kessig Naturalist. Fair enough. I think we're just going to take 4 here. No blocks. Well, Thalia, I suppose. I mean, you at least contribute to a big Hamlet Vanguard, so why not? Alright, 9/9 Vanguard. Let's see what we can do. Another Ranger class. Okay. Ooh, getting these back to back is not bad. I feel, though, like we want to put this on the captain. Because Hamlet Vanguard's already just a big body anyway. We're not going to attack with that, though, yet, are we? Let's see, 4, 5. I mean, you can chump block it with a thing. Then we have to deal with a 6 power plus, potentially. Yeah, I was going to say, we're just going to start pumping the team with Catilda. Alright, so nothing was real surprising there about how it played out, so that was actually good. And the new cards really did make a difference. Now, one thing I will say is that the Expedition Supplier was probably the least beneficial of the new cards, so that was a bit disappointing, but it's more about the build, I think, than the actual card itself. I think if we were more worried about equipment, that card would be significantly better. However, I think the way it was set up, I'd rather cut the 2 of those and play more of the Inquisitor Captain, mostly because post-sweeper, being able to have like 2 creatures again, and maybe 1 that you're getting to pick with a better ability or whatever, just stands to have more of an impact. So I would definitely make that change, but otherwise I really wasn't bothered with the rest of the deck, and I think I'd leave the rest as is. Now, for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Krovak's Ascendant Hero, I think is the name of this one. It's a 6 cost white creature, but it does pump all your other white creatures, which is pretty nice, and gives non-white creatures -1/-1, which is pretty sweet overall if you think about it. Like, this is a pretty strong card, and then you could actually just pay 2 life to return it to your hand, so it's very hard to kill. And the thing that makes this card neat is that there was a previous Krovak that was mono black, and this was kind of like the rest of the story to him becoming a hero, which was kind of cool. So it's kind of neat when you get that long-term storytelling in Magic and you get like a before and after card. And this was just one of those cases. And this is a really good card to play in commander type settings, especially if you're playing some type of token deck that makes a bunch of white, I don't know, human or knight tokens or something. Think about playing a Krovak. It's actually be very cool for you. And possibly annoying to your opponents if they make a bunch of, like, I don't know, Saproling tokens maybe. Don't forget, if you want today's deck list, it will be down in the description below, along with links for our Facebook gaming streams, our Twitch streams, and our Discords if you want to come by, say hello, participate in streams live, or just come ask a bunch of questions, especially about Alchemy right now. And if you haven't done so, please check out the memberships here on the channel, because that helps support me and keep things going, and gives you a chance to have input like we have right now, a questionnaire out to our followers to actually have input here on the channel, and again, possibly get your stuff featured. Otherwise, remember to like, subscribe, share, all that wonderful stuff. It's so very helpful, and I appreciate it. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.